Hello there. Today in the video I have the ATACMS for you. Ukraine has long wanted the United States to supply ATACMS short-range missiles. But how could the missiles change the course of this war? I have nothing to announce, said Karine Jean-Pierre on Friday. The question was once again whether the USA would provide Ukraine with a short-range ballistic missile ATACMS, that's short for Army Tactical Missile System. However, the spokeswoman for the White House in the US capital Washington added that the delivery was not off the table, although there was no new status. Contrary to the words from the White House, US media had previously reported that the USA had promised Ukraine a small number of short-range missiles. Ukraine had been demanding these missiles for months. But how exactly would the country use them, and what makes them different from previous weapon systems? What is crucial about the missiles manufactured by Lockheed Martin is their range of up to 300 kilometers. Newer models can be steered, older ones cannot. And the missiles would be helpful, for example, in targeting Russian air defense systems. The short-range missiles were used by the USA in the Second Gulf War and the Iraq War. And further targets could be command posts or the Crimean Bridge, according to a recent analysis by the US think tank Foundation for Defending Democracy. The advantage over the Scalp Storm Shadow cruise missile from France and Great Britain or the German Taurus is there. The US missiles are a surface-to-surface missile that can be fired with a HIMARS, MLRS or Mars multiple rocket launches. The cruise missiles, on the other hand, are air-to-ground systems that are fired from aircraft. The Ukrainian military is already very familiar with missile launches, although with diminishing returns. The Russian military has also learned and moved many important structures so far behind the front that the missile launchers can no longer reach them without the ATACMS. Ukraine has been using missile launchers like HIMARS or Mars for months. Long training such as on Leopard tanks or new fighter jets is therefore not necessary. Unlike with cruise missiles, Kiev would not risk one of its aircraft being shot down as well, because every Ukrainian plane remains an expensive commodity. So far, no Western-made fighter aircraft had been delivered, and only a manageable number from former Soviet productions such as the MiG-29 fighter jet from Poland and Slovakia. It is also still unclear how many Scalp and Storm Shadow cruise missiles Ukraine actually has at its disposal. At the same time, the ATACMS have the advantage that they can hit their target much more quickly. Security analyst Colby Bedouin wrote on Twitter that a fighter jet had to climb up and position itself until the target is within range before it can be shot down. And the US short-range missiles, on the other hand, can be fired within minutes with a HIMARS system, according to Bedouin. A sticking point in the US's plans so far is the military may not have a particularly large number of those missiles. The manufacturer Lockheed Martin is said to have produced around 4,000 of the missiles in various versions over the past few decades, 600 of which are said to have been used by the US Armed Forces in the Gulf War and Iraq alone. And more missiles were sold abroad. Exactly how many the USA has today is a secret. And given the possibly low supplies, it should come as no surprise that, according to media reports, the White House could currently only deliver a small number of the missiles. The number of deliveries may also depend on how much and quickly the USA itself can be equipped with a successor system, the Precision Strike Missile PRSM. A US official recently indicated to the US portal The Drive that the US could deliver more ATACMS to Ukraine as soon as the stocks of the PRSMs are increased. And if you want to know more about military technology, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.